Alright, now we're back at it. Let's talk about castle projects. If you missed the town projects video, I'll link it down below. We checked out how in patch 1.3 town projects were changed and improved to be more impactful, right? And in this video, we're going to check out the castle projects. Here's the castle. Here's the projects. What's changed? What's gone better? What's gone worse? And yeah, let me see if it gets my little stamp of approval, which is worth the most. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted, alright? But let's talk about what the devs had to say. They did make a forum post about this. And again, we went over this first whole part right over here. This was all on towns. It is a little bit more meaty than this one. But obviously, castles are still important. If you didn't know this fact, the reason castles are important as well, apart from towns, because towns obviously they have all the main attractions, the trade, the stores. You can build the workshops, the caravans. You know what I'm saying? You get more from them. They're more secure, more troops, whatever, right? Castles do have one thing that I do like, and it is that all villages that are bound to your castle, as you can see, if you hover over a village, it says bound settlement under the hearths. If it is bound to a castle, that is where the unique troops are going to be. Alright, the unique troop lines for every single different culture, faction, whatever you want to call it, they are located in villages only bound to castles. Okay, but let's see what the changes are, and let's go from there. So alright, let's go back over here. Let's do it. So they added the barracks, guardhouse, craftsman quarters, farmlands, mason, roads and paths castle projects. So the only thing that's different is the craftsman quarters, farmlands, I think mason they got mason up here too, from the town projects. Now they added all of these new ones, but obviously they are kind of just replacing a lot of them, but they also added a couple more as well, right? But mainly, they replaced a lot, gave them more impactful bonuses, and yeah, let's read about it. So the main ones, we got barracks, cost level 1, 2, 3. So cost is construction cost. I'm gonna keeping it so real with you. I always just throw some money over here. If you can, you can. It's gonna get your building process started, as you can see right over here. If you hover over it, it tells you what you need for your construction. The bigger this number is, the faster your construction will go. Okay? But let's go back. Actually, let me get out of here so it doesn't make the noise. Alright. So the barracks is 300, 600, 900. It increases garrison capacity by 20, 40, 80 compared to towns. Towns are 60, 90, 120. Obviously, castles have to be smaller than towns. So it makes sense. I get it. They are a lot smaller, though. Also, they reduce garrison wage by 10%, 20%, and 30%. That is actually way bigger than towns, which is 5, 10, and 15%. So technically, your castles can become very, very cheap. They do not give you much, though. I get why that is so high, because castles normally in income don't give you much at all. And towns sometimes like double, triple, times 5, even sometimes maybe, in the highest of case, times 10 income of what castles bring you. But not bad. The garrison capacity kind of meh, but it kind of, it's alright. But the, what do you call it? The wages, minus 30%. That is a significant amount of percentages. Then we got guardhouse 150, 300, and 450, pretty cheap. Increase militia by 1, 2, and 3, and increase prisoner capacity by 10, 30, and 50. Again, they're giving you the double bonuses for these, which I do appreciate. Usually the older projects that you really only had like one bonus. Like, for example, we're going to go over, because they tell you some of the older ones and how the new costs are a little bit further down. Then we got the craftsman quarters, 150, 40, 450, and 600. Kind of cheap, but gets kind of not cheap after the first upgrade. Gain dinar based on bound villages hearth by 0.2, 0.4, and 0.6. Okay, so it's kind of like the tax office, which gives you just plain increased tax amount by 5, 10, and 15%. It's kind of like the same thing. It's just named the craftsman quarters. The better your villages are doing, more protected your villages are. You know what I mean? All that stuff will make it so you, what do you call it? Get some more money. Then we got farmlands, 300, 600, 900. Increased food production by 6, 12, and 18. It is still significant for the food because, you know, before, like, even if we go back up here, the town got their initial stock increased by 100 to 300. A lot of towns and castles were starving, even though you might not have noticed. They were in previous iterations. Now they're trying to really up that food. But it's kind of alright. It's kind of alright. Then we got Mason, 450, 600, 900. Increased construction by 10, 20, and 30. You might want to get Mason as quickly as possible. Because I don't even think you really have anything. Oh, no, it has the same thing here. Alright. But this construction looks a lot faster. 10, 20, 30. The construction up here was only 3, 6, and 9 for the town. So it looks like advantages that castles have over towns is way better garrison wages. Not for the garrison guy, but I guess for you, which is that's tough. And also increased construction. So you might want to take advantage of that by increasing this construction real quick and then going to, you know what I mean, do all the other stuff. Also increased wall repairs by 10, 30%, and 60%. Wow. Because obviously castles are supposed to be more fortified, so I do get these changes. They have to have some more bonuses over towns because towns are too many bonuses. And then roads and paths, we got 600, 900, 1200. Most expensive out of them all. Increased bound village production by 5, 10, 15%. All right, that's going to increase pretty much, you know, his production. More stuff's going to circulate, and I think it will make your if I'm not mistaken, your prosperity better. Hold on. Yeah, prosperity is not going up or down, bro. We're straight in the middle over here. All right. Then also increase village hearth gain by 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. That's kind of eh. Then they added the slackened garrison and drills daily buildings for castles. These are the ones down here. So before, if I'm not mistaken, they only had 2 over here. But now they got 4. Might be mistaken. But, so the slackened garrison reduces garrison wage by 5%. And drills increases experience by 8 per day. I'm guessing 8 per every troop, right? Minus 5% reduction in garrison wages. Okay. 3 bonus to militia, plus 2 increase to auto recruitment. This is way better than the town project, which I think is plus 2. I don't even think it actually has a daily, if I'm not mistaken. It's a 2 and 1. This one is a 3 and 2, so it is better. Plus 8 bonus to garrison troops per day. So if you have really good troops, you might want to put them in your castle over your town so they can level up faster if you're not holding on to them. And you have both a town and a castle. Kind of end game thinking here. And plus 0.5 increase to of bound villages per day. Very, very cool. Okay. Then they removed the garrison barracks, militia barracks, forum, granary, workshop, aqueducts, fairgrounds, and orchards. And if you're doing this from an old save, which I don't recommend, even the devs even said in the patch 1.3, which this is patch 1.3 that I'm talking about. They said it's not save game compatible, so it's like it's not out. It's time to start a new save. But if you're gonna load your old save, it might be janky, it might be all, you know what I mean, a little stinky, right? But what you're going to see is your garrison barracks is going to turn into your barracks, militia barracks, guardhouse, marketplace, tax office, forum, marketplace, granary, warehouse, workshops, mason, fairgrounds, courthouse, orchards, roads, and paths. That's all the changes, all right? And then the town's base food stock value was also increased by 100 to 300, same as the... Wait, am I reading the town stuff? I'm so... We're not cutting that out, bro. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, bro. It is what it is, bro. Alright. Where are we at? Right over here. So they updated fortification, training field, siege workshop, castellan office, and granary for castles. Alright. So, Fortifications, what's it called? These are the more expensive ones. So also like the town one, they're the more expensive ones, right? I can't believe I did that, bro. That's crazy, bro. I gotta lock in, bro. It's like 3 a.m., bro. I'm trying to get these out. So fortification, we got 0 to 2,500 and 5,000. And the new cost will now be 0, 2,400 and 3,600. All right, that's better. The old effects was only 1 plus of increased garrison capacity by 25, 50, 100. Now it's 50, 75, and 100. And also it increases your prison capacity by 30, 45, and 60. Same thing as the towns. Then training fields, 500, 1,000, 1,500, and is now 150, 300, and 600. They used to only increase your experience by 1, 2, and 3. Now it's 3, 4, and 5. That is better than the castle again. Everything that has to do militarily wise or strength wise is better than the castle. I mean, better than the town. Pretty much. Siege workshop, 500, 750, 1,000. And now is 150, 300, 450. Used to increase your wall speed and also your siege engine speed. Now you'll be able to build 1 0 ballista on level 1. 1 ballista, 0 catapults, then 2 ballistas, 1 catapult, and 3 ballistas, 2 catapults on the last stage. You can really beef up your castle with this. Again, compare this to the town. Where is it? It was only 1 0, 1 1, and 2 1. Extremely better. And then also it increases your siege engine speed by 20, 40, and 30 and 80%. Again, better than the town. Then Castellans. Oh, look, it's the same thing. So I wasn't even wrong, bro. Look at that. C's office actually became more expensive. Went from 500 to 600, 750 to 900, and 1,000 to 1,200. But it used to reduce garrison wage by 10, 20, and 30%. Now it does that still, but also increases garrison auto recruitment by 1, 2, and 3. So your garrison every single day will get +1, +2, or +3 extra guys in that garrison. Cool. And then the granary, 500, 1,000, 1,500 is completely destroyed. 150, 300, 450, but like good for you. You know what I mean? It used to increase food stock by 100, 150 to 200. Now it's 100, 200, 300. All right. Then they updated effects of raised troops and irrigation for castles. Raised troops is now, like we saw, 3 and 2. And irrigation, increase your... We already checked all this out. Okay. But, same thing pretty much. A little bit different terminology again, though. If you reload your save, which I don't think you should, here's the existing buildings. Your garrison barracks become a barracks. Your militia barracks become a guardhouse. Toll collector, craftsman quarters, gardens, farmlands, workshops, mason, fairfields, rows and paths, festival and games, drills, housing, slack, and garrison. There you go. All right. I like this. Here's why I like this. So, before this actually, look. There is, and I'm gonna try to do some tests and see, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'll probably make some future videos on this, right? But let me show you, right? So, in the town projects, right, there's a lot of different directions you can go depending on what you want to do. You want to make more income? There's projects for that. You want to make it more sturdy? There's projects for that, right? And they're all significant. But if you but that's pretty much like, it's an all-arounder is what I'm trying to say. You know, it's a town. It has everything, right? It's an all-arounder. And there's significant changes. But for the castle, what I see is, like, you can really beef up your castles now. You can make them extremely strong now. And extremely, like, just, like, annoying to take over, right? And also, if you have said troops and you want to place them somewhere, you might as well place them in a castle over a town, because they're going to get more experience quicker. Better troops are going to stay in your garrison instead of a castle. That garrison auto recruitment is going to recruit from these villages. And all of a sudden, from these villages, you get the unique troops. So if you own a castle, you have a arsenal of unique troops that you might not get inside of a town as much. So it becomes like, the town is the commerce and like the all-rounder. the castles, the military, like, you know what I'm saying, like how it was supposed to be, and how they always added benefits to it. But this project stuff, it really sets it apart and kind of shows you, like, in the castle we're a lot more focused on kind of like defense and offense, nothing else, because we really don't have nothing else, right? So they're both significant. The projects have gone up for both. I do suggest in the late game, you focus a lot more on the projects. I'm gonna make little guides along the way of like what projects to get first, how to min max. They'll come eventually. You know what I mean? But from what I'm seeing so far, very impactful, very good. Again, if you missed the town projects video, it'll be down below. But I'm very happy with this change. This does actually make it so in your late game you think about what projects you want based on what you want to get. You know what I mean? I'll see you in the next one.